Welcome to QuickBook Audio, where we're diving into a transformative journey through Start With Why, How Great Leaders Inspire Everyone to Take Action by Simon Sinek. If you've ever wondered what makes great leaders, businesses, or movements truly stand out, or if you want to inspire others, whether in your work, community, or personal life, this book is your guide to unlocking the power of purpose. Whether you're a business owner building a brand, a team leader motivating others, an entrepreneur chasing a vision, or someone seeking to make a difference, these insights will shift your perspective, equip you with a powerful framework, and inspire you to lead with clarity and impact. Picture this: you're launching a project, leading a team, or starting a business, but something feels off, people aren't excited, customers aren't loyal, or your efforts fizzle out. Why do some leaders or companies, like Martin Luther King Jr. or certain tech giants, inspire unwavering devotion while others struggle? Sinek's answer is simple yet profound: they start with why, their purpose, before explaining how or what they do. Through his Golden Circle framework, principles of trust, and strategies for action, Sinek shows how to lead from the inside out, creating impact that lasts. We'll explore these ideas through clear, detailed explanations, blending psychological, sociological, and practical insights to make them relatable and actionable. We'll also address critiques, like the book's repetitive anecdotes or limited practical steps, to offer a balanced view. This isn't about chasing fame or profits, it's about leading with purpose to inspire and unite. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to join our community for more transformative summaries. Let's make this personal. Drop a comment below: what's one goal you're leading toward, a business, project, or cause, and what's holding you back from inspiring others? Maybe it's unclear vision, fear, or lack of connection. I'm eager to hear your story, and I'll read every comment to cheer you on. Grab a notebook, find a comfy spot, and let's uncover the power of Start With Why, starting now. Part 1, The Golden Circle, Starting With Why. We begin with the heart of Start With Why, the Golden Circle, Sinek's framework for inspiring action by starting with why, your purpose, before how, your process, or what, your product. This part explores why matters, how the Golden Circle works, and the biology of inspiration, setting the foundation for purpose-driven leadership. Why start with why? Sinek argues that great leaders and organizations inspire because they start with why, their purpose, cause, or belief, rather than what they do or how they do it. Most people communicate from the outside in. They talk about what, for example, we sell computers, and how, for example, they're fast and sleek, but rarely why, for example, we believe in empowering creativity. Inspiring leaders reverse this, starting with why to connect emotionally, then explaining how and what. This aligns with emotional intelligence, where empathy drives influence, per Daniel Goleman. Why taps into emotion, not logic, making people care. For example, a company's why might be to make life simpler, resonating with customers' desires. This creates loyalty beyond price or features, as people buy into beliefs, not just products. Sinek's research shows that purpose-driven organizations outperform competitors, reflecting brand loyalty theories by Kevin Keller. Starting with why isn't just for businesses, it's for anyone leading a team, project, or cause, fostering connection and action. The Golden Circle: why, how, what. The Golden Circle is a three-layered model. Why, your purpose or belief, for example, we believe in equal education. How, your process or values that make why real, for example, we create accessible learning tools. What, your product or service, for example, we sell online courses. Most communicate what first, but inspiring leaders start with why, moving outward. This mirrors the brain structure, the limbic system and #40, emotions, why and #41, drives decisions, while the neocortex, logic, how/what, rationalizes them, per neuroscience research by Antonio Damasio. For example, a why-driven pitch: we believe in empowering dreams through education, delivered via accessible courses, connects emotionally before detailing products. The biology of inspiration. Sinek ties the golden circle to biology. Why speaks to the limbic brain, triggering emotions like trust or passion, while how and what engage the rational neocortex. When you start with why, you spark gut-level commitment, as emotions drive 80% of decisions, per behavioral psychology. This creates a feeling of rightness, like choosing a brand you love, even if it's pricier. Sociologically, why fosters tribal loyalty, uniting people around shared beliefs, per Seth Godin's tribe theory. Getting started, find your why. Discover your why by asking, what do I believe? What drives me? Write a one-sentence why statement, for example, I believe in helping people grow. Test it by sharing with a friend, does it resonate? This shifts you from action to purpose, embodying Sinek's vision. Practical tip, try a why finder this week. Write one belief that drives you, for example, I believe in creativity. Share it with someone and ask, does this feel true? Say, my why inspires me, 10 times daily. Journal nightly, does my why feel clear? Try for a week. Extended exercise, create a why discovery plan for a month. Refine your why statement, test it with 3 people, and apply it to one project, for example, work pitch. Journal weekly, is my why motivating others? Check in with a mentor. Track for a month, adjusting your statement. Reflection pause, what's one belief that could be your why, and how can you share it this week? Key takeaway, start with why, your purpose, to inspire action, using the golden circle to connect emotionally and lead with clarity. Part 2, Inspiring Action, the Power of Purpose. This part explores how starting with why inspires action in others, customers, teams, or communities. It covers the law of diffusion of innovation, clarity of purpose, and communicating your why effectively, giving you tools to motivate and unite. The law of diffusion of innovation, early adopters. Sinek uses the law of diffusion of innovation, by Everett Rogers, to explain how ideas spread. Innovations, like a new product or movement, follow a bell curve. 2.5% are innovators, risk-takers, 13.5% are early adopters, visionaries, 34% are early majority, 34% are late majority, and 16% are laggards, resistant. To succeed, target early adopters who buy into your why, not just your what. For example, early fans of a new tech product love its vision, not just features. This creates momentum, as early adopters influence the majority, per viral marketing theories. Starting with why attracts early adopters, who spread your message. This aligns with social influence, where trusted advocates drive adoption, per Robert Cialdini. Focus on believers, who share your purpose, not just anyone with money, to build a loyal base. Clarity of purpose, be specific and authentic. Your why must be clear and authentic to inspire. Sinek says, clarity of why is the single most important thing. A vague why, for example, we make things better, confuses people. A specific one, for example, we empower learning for all, connects. Authenticity matters. Your why must reflect your true beliefs, not a marketing ploy, as inauthentic brands lose trust, per brand authenticity research. For example, a why rooted in your values, like equality or innovation, resonates deeply, fostering commitment. Communicating your why, tell your story. Communicate your why through storytelling, not facts. Share why you started, what you believe, and how it helps others. For example, a business might say, we believe in making healthy living simple, so we create easy meal plans. Use multiple channels, social media, blogs, talks, to share your story consistently. This reflects narrative psychology, where stories shape identity and connection, per Dan McAdams. Sinek emphasizes emotional appeals, make people feel your why through passion, not just data. Getting started, share your why. Write a one-paragraph story about your why you do what you do and its impact. Share it with a colleague or online. Test one communication method, like a social post, to gauge response. This moves you from idea to influence, embodying Sinek's call to inspire. Practical tip: try a why story this week. Write a short story about your why, for example, I believe in helping people connect. Share it with one person or post it online. Say, my why inspires action, 10 times daily. Journal nightly, did it connect? Try for a week. Extended exercise, create a why communication plan for a month. Refine your why story, share it on 2 platforms, for example, email, social media, and ask for feedback. Journal weekly, are people responding? Check in with a mentor. Track for a month, tweaking your message. Reflection pause, what's one way you'll share your why this week to inspire someone? Key takeaway: inspire action by starting with a clear, authentic why, targeting early adopters, and sharing your story to connect and motivate. Part 3, Building Trust and Loyalty, Why-Driven Relationships. This part focuses on how a clear why builds trust and loyalty in relationships, with customers, teams, or communities. It explores the role of values, consistency, and authenticity, giving you tools to create lasting connections that drive success. Values, the foundation of trust. Trust begins with shared values, the beliefs that define your why. Sinek says people align with those who share their principles. For example, customers choose brands that value sustainability if they do too. Values act as a filter, attracting like-minded people and repelling others, ensuring alignment. This aligns with social identity theory, where shared values create group cohesion, per Henri Tachful. For example, a team united by innovation collaborates better than one focused on profit alone. Define your values, for example, integrity, creativity, and embed them in your actions, like transparent communication, to foster trust. Consistency, walk the talk. Loyalty requires consistency, your actions must match your why over time. Sinek warns that inconsistency, like promising quality but delivering poorly, erodes trust. For example, a business claiming, customer first, must prioritize service, not cut corners. Consistency builds reliability, as customers and teams know what to expect, per expectancy theory by Victor Virum. Reinforce your why through repeated actions, like regular team meetings or customer follow-ups, to solidify loyalty. Authenticity, be true to your why. Authenticity means living your why genuinely, not mimicking others. Sinek stresses, you can't fake why. For example, adopting a competitor's purpose without belief feels hollow, losing credibility. Authentic leaders share their why openly, admitting mistakes to build trust, per vulnerability research by Breen Brown. This creates tribal loyalty, where people feel part of your cause, fostering long-term commitment, per Godin's tribe theory. Getting started, build trust. List 3 values tied to your why, for example, honesty, collaboration. Commit to one consistent action, for example, weekly team check-ins, and one authentic act, for example, sharing a personal story. This strengthens relationships, embodying Sinek's vision of trust. Practical tip, try a trust builder this week. Write 3 values for your why, for example, kindness. Do one thing consistently, like thanking a colleague daily. Say, my why builds trust, 10 times daily. Journal nightly, did I connect better? Try for a week. Extended exercise, create a trust and loyalty plan for a month. Refine your values, implement 2 consistent actions, for example, customer emails, and share one authentic story. Journal weekly, are relationships stronger? Check in with a mentor. Track for a month, adjusting actions. Reflection pause, what's one value you'll show this week to build trust with someone? Key takeaway, build trust and loyalty by aligning with shared values, acting consistently, and staying authentic to your why, creating lasting connections. Part 4, Living Your Why, Implementing and Sustaining Purpose. This part explores how to live your why daily, implementing it in your work, leadership, or life, and sustaining it for long-term impact. It covers practical implementation, overcoming barriers, continuous alignment, and inspiring others, ensuring your purpose drives lasting success. Implementing your why, make it real. Living your why means embedding it in every decision and action. Sinek says, your why is your filter for everything. For example, if your why is empowering growth, choose projects, hires, or products that align, like educational tools. Communicate your why in meetings, marketing, or conversations to reinforce it. This aligns with strategic alignment, where purpose guides operations, per Michael Porter. Start small, apply your why to one task daily, like a customer interaction, to build momentum. Overcoming barriers, doubt, resistance, drift. Barriers like self-doubt, external resistance, or drifting from your why can stall progress. Doubt, is my why enough, is overcome by revisiting your belief, per self-efficacy theory. Resistance from others, for example, skeptical teams, requires clear communication of your why to win support. Drift, losing focus, happens when priorities shift, counter it with regular reflection, like weekly why check-ins. This reflects resilience theory, where adaptability sustains purpose, per N. Maston. Continuous alignment, stay true. Sustain your why by aligning actions with purpose over time. Sinek suggests a why journal to reflect on decisions. Did they match your why? Seek feedback from trusted allies to stay accountable. Update your why as you grow, ensuring it evolves without losing core beliefs. This aligns with organizational learning, where reflection drives growth, per Peter Senge. Surround yourself with why-aligned people, teams, mentors, customers, to reinforce your purpose. Inspiring others, spread your why. Your why becomes a movement when others adopt it. Sinek says, leadership is about inspiring others to believe what you believe. Mentor one person, like a colleague, to live their why. Create a culture where your why guides decisions, like a team prioritizing innovation. This fosters a tribe of believers, per Godin, amplifying impact. Share your why publicly, through talks, posts, or actions, to inspire broader change. Practical tip, try a why action this week. Pick one task, for example, a meeting, and align it with your why, for example, share an inspiring idea. Reflect nightly in a journal, did it match my why? Say, I live my why, 10 times daily. Try for a week. Extended exercise, create a why living plan, for a month. Apply your why to 3 tasks, for example, work, family, overcome one barrier, for example, doubt, and mentor one person. Journal weekly, is my why guiding me? Check in with a mentor. Track for a month, refining actions. Reflection pause, what's one way you'll live your why this week, and who can you inspire with it? Key takeaway, live your why daily by implementing it in actions, overcoming barriers, staying aligned, and inspiring others, creating lasting impact. We've just unlocked the transformative power of Start with Why by Simon Sinek, a guide to leading with purpose and inspiring action. Let's recap the core pillars. Golden Circle, start with why, your purpose, to inspire, using the why how what framework to connect emotionally. Inspiring action, motivate others by targeting early adopters, clarifying your why, and sharing your story. Building trust and loyalty, foster relationships with shared values, consistent actions, and authentic purpose. Living your why, implement your why daily, overcome barriers, stay aligned, and inspire others for lasting impact. Sinek's message is profound, those who start with why have the ability to inspire those around them. Your why is your superpower, guiding you to lead, connect, and thrive. Psychologically, this fosters intrinsic motivation, per self-determination theory. Sociologically, it builds communities, per social capital theory. Critiques note repetitive stories and vague implementation, but Sinek's framework resonates, as seen in posts from leaders who transform teams. You're not just leading, you're inspiring. What's next? Write your why, share it with one person, and apply it to one task this week. Sinek says, when we work for a why we believe in, we'll do it with passion. Start small, inspire big, and change the world. Grab Start with Why, find the full book. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone ready to lead, a friend, colleague, or dreamer. Drop a comment with your why, one action you'll take, or who you'll inspire. I'll read every one and cheer you on. Thank you for joining me. Your why is your spark. Lead with purpose, inspire with passion, and make a difference. You've got this.